Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Austin Desperados.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Austin Desperados and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And last week's win.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. Able to get away. That's complete to Ward. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. They run it with Ward. Taken down at the 47-yard line. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Here's the 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Here's Ward. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there, Bank at the 39-yard line. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. So here are visitors to take over on offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Second and 5. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
We're scoreless after 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go. Fry, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Desperados post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a third effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a fourth.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Again on the ground. Again, it's Ward. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Let's go. Yellow, 43.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Come on, set. Red, 38.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Being chased out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
After the sack, here's second and 11. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. On the ground with Ward. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Set, hunt, yellow, 22.
Take me up. Here we go. Mike, check. 59.
Set, hunt.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth, and as a result, possession switches hands. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
What's the run? They're running it.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Austin's offense ready to go again. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Peters. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw again. Steps away to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Buying time to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And able to get this to the 31.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. Fry. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Desperados have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Ready. 10 black.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Mike's about 9.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll set up a throw. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's go now. 45. White.
59. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check 59.
Go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Black 40.
Check 59.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Mike.
Ready.
2nd and 4.
Watch the screen.
He finds his man, complete. It's Porter. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now it's 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get this to Ward. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Come on. Set. 50. Green.
59. Mike, the 59. I want that.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Ready up.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. It's their quarterback with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
York now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here we go on 4th down. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Ready, go. 59.
Now Ward. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check 59.
Up the middle they go. It's Ward. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ward. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now a handoff up the middle. Ward. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Up the middle they go. It's Ward. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. On second down now, it's Ward. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over 1 minute to go in the game. They'll run on first down. Ward. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ward. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A lot of pressure here for Cade York. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Today, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy here in the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
On third down, you'll give him that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
So they bring out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3-and-out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Throw left side complete. That's Bennett. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it second down. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Saintsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
Check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
Oh, I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a give right side. Bennett. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
On 1st down, it's Bennett. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll try again, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Blues are an extra point away from drawing level. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdown scores when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. Point after, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New Orleans offense set to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got it. This is Ware.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a give up the middle.
He'll take this to the 46. The Saints had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Set a tone.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
A minute 55 left to go in the 1st half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Cougar 19. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Looking to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 6. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chicago offense set to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Second and 5. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett.
Let's go. Let's go.
They'll throw now on the final play. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead as they begin this drive 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Let's see what you got. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A little juke. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
That's caught by Ware. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Mike 13.
2nd and long. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Out of the gun now on third down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3, and it's second down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Saints on third down, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 5. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Complete to Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll run on first down. Bennett.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Dancing to his left.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On 1st down, it's Bennett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bennett, and able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Blues have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it, and he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Point after try forthcoming. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
On throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bennett. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Blues have taken a 4th quarter lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
4 fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter. What we found out so far, 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up. Had that lead, they were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now all the focus shifts over to the Saints, trailing by 4. 1:25 to play. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's going the other way. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
On 1st down, Bennett. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Bennett. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for our visitors, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. They'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop to 0-2. They will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tonight, from MetLife.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here.
And oh, right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
We got 4.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Back to throw. Larson. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Let's go. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. He runs.
On first down, Larson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Larson being chased out left. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will, 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Looking to throw on second down. Larson escaping the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown on the season. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Larson. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Defense blitzed, but they picked it up pretty well.
Allowed their man to stand firm in the pocket and not be hurried, didn't it? That allowed him to make the nice throw downfield to help complete that play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Booker on the counter. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Throwing on 1st down. Larson. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Giants. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Giants have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He'll keep it himself.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harrison. For Harrison, there's a look at what he did last week. 19 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
As a good start to the season, they got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harrison. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Possession switching back to the New York Giants.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Looking to throw. Larson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
The Giants had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but The attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A throw over the middle taken in. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first and 10, Larson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
To throw on second down, Larson.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Just like that. Just like that.
Back to throw. Larson.
Watch the curl.
Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around the sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Larson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Williams looking to throw on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Harrison. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That's what I do.
Tight dog.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 25-yard line. They'll look to throw again.
Check curls.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3 yards remain for second down.
54, right there. 54.
Off the play fake, Williams. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Williams. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Takes it at the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he goes out right around the 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Looking to throw. Williams. He's got this one complete to Perriman.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Harrison. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Williams. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They'll try and run for it. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Kyle Shanahan an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Giants are going to get the football back. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Larson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They go with Booker up the gut.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Now a toss left side, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Off play action. Larson on the move to his left.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
On first down, Larson. They set up the screen to Booker.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Larson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Shotgun handoff to Booker. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Williams now to throw on 2nd down. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Williams. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Check 27, eyes on 27.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Harrison. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Williams on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Williams. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Williams. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trimmed that lead down to just 2 scores.
And he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Double tight. Even. 4 down. Even.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
Hey. 4 down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
24 is the mic. Pick it up.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
That's where you belong.
Out of the gun, it's Booker. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And the Giants send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Defense, let's get out the field. Defense. Check Mike, man.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Looking left sideline, it's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Steps away, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they will take a knee here. But Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Giants, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.